Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live, and this is the 100% tier finale, and also the final race in UFRL on F1 24. As you can see, the drivers' standings, we have got the elite tier and the development tier on show, as well as the constructors. Rusted Bolt, 10 points ahead of Hazer for the elite championship. That one is going to go all the way to the wire. I expect that to go down to the final laps as well. Willie Fernandez has a good advantage in the development tier, but who knows, anything can happen. It is double points as well. So therefore, William is there are 70 points up for grabs, plus the bonus point of the fast lap. So 71 points in total available for this finale. So William can be caught by all three drivers behind him, Ivy, Bakey, and Viking, can all still mathematically win this championship, but it will be a very tough ask. Just looking at where William needs to be. So he needs 177 again. So what's Ivy's maximum? Ivy gets 209. So Willie Fernandez needs P7 to guarantee himself the championship. As for Rusted Bolt, he just needs to beat Hazer. If he loses to Hazer, and if Hazer wins the race, Hazer will pretty much be dead cert for the title unless Rusted Bolt gets P2 and also delivers a fastest lap as well. So that is what Rusted Bolt needs to do. He needs to try and get that fastest lap point if he can. P2 and the fast lap would secure the title for Rusted Bolt. But P2 without the fast lap and a Hazer win, the title will be heading to Hazer on the count back. Right, just looking at what's going on then on show then. Here we go with Warner, the first driver on a lap time. We've got Viking Fox and we've got Danza in the Mercedes as well. Good evening to Woody. Woody the GOAT, says Douglas. And let's see what can happen. Reserves also not able to take part in qualifying, so we will see a few drivers not setting a lap time here in this qualifying session, but there's only a handful. Warner will be one of those who can he get a lap in, Warner? Is he full-time or is he reserve? Actually, that's a good question. I think he's full-time, I'm pretty sure. So Warner can go all the way. I mean, drivers have been sort of hit and miss with turning up sometimes this season. So sometimes it's not quite easy to know who is full-time and not, but Warner is, and Warner with a 4.5 does go, of course, the quickest. We've got Danza coming through as well. Hopefully not a Danza in distress. Here he goes along the line in a Mercedes, a 6.3, and he is P2. We've got Ivy with a purple first sector as well, and Hazer on a lap time. Viking Fox 4.4, just edging out Warner by about a tenth of a second to go. Quickest deck joining Woody in retiring. Silky Stevens also retiring. He is racing for the first time in quite some time after having a season, not a season ban, well it is a season ban, but he lost his seat effectively. So hopefully he can keep it clean out there this evening. Merc in the pits, both McLarens in fact in the pits now. Merc and Black Panther, maybe Black Panther, who is also reserving, so he will also retire in the pits. Let's see what Hazer could do with the first run then. 4.6, it's not quickest. Ivy with a 4.466 goes quicker than Viking. Hazer, it's only P4. And he would obviously cool it down, but he will see his name behind Viking and Warner. He will see his name behind Ivy as well, because he would have seen Ivy get the fastest lap, and that is not where you would have expected Hazer to be. Is it going to be a similar qualifying session to what Warner had on Tuesday evening, when Warner was obviously struggling until the final moments of that session? Let's see what Bolt's going to do. Obviously not a competitive first lap, but he will be able to push harder on this second lap, effectively going for a second outlap, as Rusted Bolt gets a little bit uncomfortable onto the curb on the outside of turn 1. And now let's go and have a little visit down. Have a look towards Mr. Poem. A few more times coming in. Simon goes 5th fastest. Bakey P6. And Mr. Poem will go P6 105.1. But still, Ivy the quickest driver of the 4.466 so far. Just checking on then with your development tier championship leader, Willie Fernandez. here in the Alpine, avoiding going wide of the mark, does not use all of the exit space available to him, but that's only to start a lap in 11.1. Obviously, again, not a competitive opening lap here for Willie Fernandez. So we've had 5 drivers retiring from a session that may very well be lapped for those drivers. I think Bevan and Cowley are full-time, if memory serves me correct, so that should just be those 5. There is an improvement going in, and that was Rusty Bolt to slot in behind his championship rival Hazer, who is gaining by 2/10 through the first sector. So we will keep an eye on that through the latter stage. We're going to go towards Bevan, as he is on his first official hot lap this evening, and Bevan takes it to the line. It's P9 for Bevan, and up towards Bakey Gaming, not gaining any time, so therefore we'll head towards Hazer. 2/10 gaining still through the middle sector as well. Now what can he do? He's got into none. So Hazer has aborted his lap, interestingly, and he's settling now for with a 4.6. So Rusty Bolt and Hazer together, P4, P5, you've got Ivy, Viking and Warrener, all tier 2 and 3 drivers, incredibly, ahead of the 2 tier 1s. Wow, that shows the pace of Ivy, Viking, Fox and Warrener, no doubt about that. Maybe they could be all preparing, obviously we'll be on a new game, are they all preparing for a possible visit to tier 1? Who knows? But Rusty Bolt and Hazer, 2 very strong tier 1 drivers, might I add, who are very often up there in the top 5, if not on the podium. You know, they're down behind tier 2 and 3 drivers. I mean, this is almost unheard of. Rusty Bolt, however, does go purple through Sector 1. Is this where Rusty Bolt is going to show everyone what he's all about and why he is your championship leader in the elite tier? Is this his time to go back-to-back in the 100% tier like he did last season, where he delivered against the Bird? Can he deliver it again, this time against Hazer? Are we pushing all the way? Middle sector split, 1/10 up. Is that going to be enough to overhaul Hazer and possibly Warrener? It's going to be close. He could be edging towards that front row as well. There are yellow flags through the middle sector, but nothing major. Rusty Bolt then through turn 10 and out, and he does go a bit wide, but he still stays legal, and Rusty Bolt does improve, but it's not an improvement on track position. He remains P5 for Rusty Bolt. That means Hazer will stay ahead of him going on to his second push lap. And Ivy also back on another run. The pole sitter, the provisional pole sitter, invalidates on the exit of turn 1 through the Nicky Lauda corner. And that allows for him to just calm it down a little bit. He'll be certainly expecting to do a strong performance tonight, especially given his provisional pole lap. But you do expect improvements to fly around. The likes of Hazer, Bolt, Poem is still there. Don't forget, you've got Merck on a lap now. His first official run, of course, down in P15. But those are the sort of drivers you're expecting to battle for pole. Warrener, we know he's got pace. You know Viking's got pace as well. They could all push further up the order, no doubt about that. But Merck is the next one. We're just keeping a watch on here. So it looks like Rusty Bolt in the Alpine is just going slowly. Unless that's William. Nope, it's not William. It's definitely Rusty Bolt. So sticking on with Merck. There may very well be improvements here. You've got Warrener also going round. He is on a lap. Let's just get on with Warrener for now and see if he can gain any more time. A 4.5 to beat. And he goes quickest. It's a 4.3. Warrener, brilliant time from him. But what can he do against Merck? Here comes the Papaya McLaren. Through he goes. It's a 4.9. He's down at P6. These guys are looking quick out there. Warrener, Ivy and Viking Fox. Again, tier 2, tier 3 drivers are all up there in the top 3 ahead of 3 drivers who are tier 1. Hazer, Bolt and Merck. Then you've got Simon who is tier 2, Poem tier 1 as well. That's how quick and how sharp you've got to be at these circuits. And Austria, very fast flowing. And as you can see, the likes of Warrener, Ivy and Viking are certainly pushing their luck here. No doubt about that. Hazer starting another run, but he's invalidated his next lap as well. So, even though he's going to try and push, and he is pushing, I mean, I'm sure he knows he's invalidating his next run. Surely he does. Maybe he's just trying to show off some pace and see what he could do. He is gaining by 3/10 though through sector 1, so you can see if Hazer gets it right, he will most likely go quickest. Viking Fox now improving. It's P2 for Viking, 104.348. And again, incredibly close, 200ths of a second separates the top two. Ivy still there, P3. Hazer and Bolt still in there. Bolt on an outlap again. Merc to the line, stays in P6, but it's going to go for another lap. You've got Mr. Poem gaining by a 10th through the middle sector split. Good evening, Woody. Hope you are doing very well. Mr. Poem aborts his lap, and therefore we'll just take it easy. What about Danza? Danza, of course, not improving through the first sector split. So let's see if we travel back towards Ivy. But he's not on a lap, actually, so we'll go away from him. Merc, we know, did start another lap. You've also got Bevan just behind him. Let's go towards Merc. Did improve slightly through sector 1, but he's got Mercedes just ahead of him. And that'll be Danza. Danza is showing up on a lap, so he is on a lap here. He is using his hot lap, but he's not gaining any time. Oh, he's been spun. He was on a lap. He was on a lap. And Merc has spun him. Merc needed to abort there. He obviously started his lap just a bit too close towards him. He was on a lap. So yeah, if only I was allowed to do qualies ace deck. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see you get through the field. But yeah, from what I saw, he was on a lap there, Danza. I mean, he wasn't improving. He was about 6.5 tenths down through the middle sector. First sector was a bit closer. He was only about a 10th down. But yeah, he was on a lap there. So at that point, when you're on a car behind, you should really, yeah, I think you just have to stay behind him, really. But he was on a lap. He was in hot lap mode. But yeah. Let's see, Cowlino, he's improving by almost 2/10 through sector 1. You've also got Rusted Bolt still out there. Let's go back towards him. He's 3/10 up through the middle sector. This could be big for Bolt. Has he got a shot at pushing for pole position here, Rusted Bolt? Warner and Viking, 1 and 2. Here comes Rusted Bolt. Is he going to go quickest? Yes, he does. 4.2. Your championship leader, Rusted Bolt, is quickest for the Alpine. That is exactly where he needs to be come the race, of course. But Rusted Bolt is on provisional pole. Hazer down in P5, but as we saw from his sector 1 earlier on, he was finding 3/10, but he did invalidate. So Hazer can still pick up time. What about Cowley? He goes up to P6, 4.7 for Cowley for the Aston Martin team. He'll be happy with that effort. And again, he should get one final run in here for this qualifying session. Hazer's just started his next lap as well. Why is Tier 2 faster than Tier 1? I don't know. I mean, in all fairness, the gap between Tier 1 and Tier 2 is not particularly large. Some Tier 2 drivers are just very quick. Ivy's also been really improving in Tier 3. So there's no doubt in my mind he will be higher than Tier 3 next season. I don't think anyone will doubt that. As for drivers like Viking, obviously Warren will have to go up anyway because he's a champion. Regardless of it being on a new game, he will be ending up in Tier 1. But for a driver like Viking Fox, he's got a lot of potential to end up in Tier 1, for sure. So yeah, we could see some Tier 2 drivers slot themselves into Tier 1, and who knows, maybe an outsider from Tier 3 could end up in Tier 1. You know, it's happened before. We saw Wizard Rex do it. He all of a sudden got very quick and performed up to Tier 1. We've seen Coffee do it. We've seen Vinny Fernandez do it. Hazer does go quickest, though. It's a 104.181 for Hazer. And he just goes quicker than Rusty Bolt. It's only by a few hundredths of a second, but he is now there. Ivy is easy Tier 3. Right. It's definitely heating up, though, in this qualifying session. Viking Fox, you've got Ivy on a lap, but he's not improving. He might be about to pit. I think he will. So there you go. Ivy will box. And what about Mr. Poem? Not improving on that run. Danza as well. Back out there on a lap. And the first sector gaining by about 600ths of a second here is Danza. Boys must be watching the Twitch chat and took it personally finally doing a bit. What, Hazer and Bolt. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you've still got Merc P7 and Poe in P10, so you would naturally expect them to be a little bit higher, but most of the time, tier 2s and 3s, again, they can compete, especially the quickest in tier 2 can definitely compete with some of those in tier 1, no doubt about that. But can they compete in a race? That's different. Have they got the racecraft when it comes to race day? Here comes Danza. There's an Aston Martin trying to fight him for whatever reason. Dan's on a lap low. Danza was on a lap there. P13. Was that Mr. Poem? I think it was. I mean, Danza's been on a lap on both the occasions. He was on a lap, it's just that he had used all the battery. That's why the red light was flashing. It's the second time he was on a lap there. You just got on a, you know, if you start a lap behind Danza, you know, you've just got to think in your mind, like, you might not have the same pace, but it's the same for anyone. They don't, at the end of the day, if you take the risk to start a lap near someone, if they either make a mistake or don't have the same pace, then, you know, it's going to be a tricky one for yourself. I'd say don't put yourself in that situation unless you're, if it's a car or driving you know is somewhere near you in terms of pace, then yeah, that's okay. Or if they're a little bit quicker than you, I'd say that's fine. But if there's a car who is going at the moment 1.5 seconds slower per lap, it's not particularly safe to do that. Unfortunately not Anthony, no. Sadly not, mate. Just ripped his steering wheel into 2. Oh, Silky. Oh, gosh. Right, Wavano, quickest, 104.046, and mighty stuff. You've got Hazer and Bolt out there as well. Will Wavano get enough to go for one final run? This will be the last chart as we've got 1 minute to go, and this is it for Wavano. He's into the pits, and that will be his qualifying session done here. So these two title contenders both out on track. Viking Fox, P4. He's still in hot lap mode, even though he's invalidated. He might be out of fuel as well, actually. That is why there are yellow flags around him. Viking Fox will not be improving on provisional P4. Ivy gaining slightly through the first sector, 9 thousandths of a second. You've got Merc not on a lap, just behind as well. Cowley not improving at all. He's in hot lap mode, maybe a little bit too early. He's got a V-carb just ahead of him. He might want to be careful here because that V-carb is Viking and he's out of fuel. Luckily, they do just avoid meeting each other. Cowley will be able to start his lap low. And there you go. So Cowley can start. Vikings into the pit. Bevan, where's he at? He's just on to sector 1, but not gaining any time at all. Simon and the checkered flags are now out, meaning this is your last efforts for any driver out there. Your last chances are here. Ivy coming through. He has been impressive in qualifying, but not improving. It will be P5 for Ivy, unless somebody else could gain any time. Merc P6. Ivy is out qualified Merc. Brilliant effort by him. Rusty Bolt is gaining slightly through the middle sector, but he goes so far wide. And there you go, Rusty Bolt has invalidated, and he will not be starting on pole. P3 for Bolt. Hazer not improving through the middle sector. He's down by 4.5 hundredths as he's making errors as well. And Hazer, has he gotten off in the final sector to take pole? He's not. It's Warner. Warner is on pole position. Cowley's improving, but he goes into the pits. Warner, your tier 2 champion, is on pole position here at Austria on 104.046. Hazer and Rusty Bolt, the two title contenders, start behind in second and third. What an effort by Warner, and again proving himself so well this season, and that will showcase why he is a tier 2 champion and why he will end up in tier 1. What an effort by Warner, and he is on pole position here at Austria. Wow. Wow. Here we go then, your short qualifying classification, and it will be Warner on pole, 104.046. Hazer 1/10 further back in P2 with Rusty Bolt alongside in P3. Those two will go all the way to the wire for that title. Viking Fox starts in 4th place with Ivy in 5th, an impressive qualifying from him. Merck starts P6 alongside Simon and Cowley in 7th and 8th. Bevan 9th, with Fakey Gaming just starting inside the top 10. William ahead of Mr. Poem on the 6th row. Danza alongside Boy Knockout on row 7, and got Woody, Deck, Silky Stevens and Black Panther will start at the rear of the field. 18 drivers in contention for the race win, and we've got 6 drivers, all with a chance of a title, plus the Constructors' Championship still available as well. But yes, still a lot to play for here in 100% tier. Who will deliver the elite tier and who will deliver the development tier? We'll find out with what is 71 laps, I want to say. Is it 71 laps or 72 laps of race? Hang on. It will be one of the two. Let me just double check how many laps exactly it is. I think it's like 71. Yeah, it is. 71 laps of racing at Austria. I was pretty sure on that one. But yeah, so 71 laps, and we'll find out who will take the championships. I'll be back in a few minutes' time. Right then, we are back, and as you can see, the standings are back on view. Thus, the Bolt still there, 10 points ahead of Hazer, and that obviously won't change. There's no pole position point anyway, but Wavner would have taken it if we still had it in play. But this is the finale, and we will be getting prepared. The drivers have been given the ready up signal as well, and a 10-second countdown has now begun. This is UFRL, and this is your final race in UFRL on F124. This is Austria, and it is go, go, go. What a start for Warner out in front. Hazer drops in behind, and then you've got a few battles, loads of cars going in. Got the Ferrari, the Aston Martin, a little bit of a contact, but the Ferrari goes through. That's Simon, and he just holds on. Your Merc overtaking Viking Fox. He's up into the top 5 already. Viking Fox just slotting in behind. Merc up there, Simon and Cowley all getting in. Cowley down the inside on Bevan. And as he got the move done, it looks like the Aston Martin will get it. But on the outside, the traction is greater. And that is why Bevan is able to go straight past Izzy. Baking Gaming's wanting to get involved in this as well. But it is a double battle here. We've got Cowley on the inside of Bevan. And Cowley, is he just ahead? It's a little bit of contact. Nothing severe yet. But Cowley is holding on. He's got the move done. Up into 8th place goes Cowley. Further back there was a car going incredibly wide on the exit. But he seemed to be okay. It's a stable start at the front of the field, as you got Black Panther and Silky Stevens battling further back, and Black Panther making his way from 18th up into P16, and Mr. Poem also bypassing Danza around the outside and going through. Danza there trying to hold on. Mr. Poem may have just gone off track. Going off track there was Danza, and that will give Deck a place. So Deck up to P14. Black Panther will try and follow him as well. Black Panther has a look on the inside line, as there's a later break in from Danza. Oh, there's a bit of a traction loss on the curb there from Panther. That allows for Silky Stevens to go round the outside. Further up the field, Hazer takes over Wavner, who was under attack from Rusted Bolt. Ivy there as well, but Rusted Bolt knows he does not want Hazer to reel away and take advantage in this race. They head all the way to turn 4, but Hazer leads out in front. You've got Wavner from Bolt, from Ivy. But Rusted Bolt, as things stand, is losing the championship to Hazer. And what? It takes a 3-way battle. The Mercedes of Danza through the middle of Black Panther and Silky Stevens. He's got the place on. They have lost a second to Deck, however. Danza defending well for Black Panther, it seems, in this race so far. Panther will try and find his way through. But again, struggling on the traction on the exit of turn 7 and 8. It will give Danza a chance to defend it. Deck as well still there. Woody through on Silky Stevens on the inside into turn 9. Don't often see that move being pulled unless you're on AI. But Woody up into P17. That's a battle down the rear of the field. Hazer still leads her out in front. Wavner, is he going to take the lead? Heading into turn 3. He's on the outside line. And through goes Wavner, but Hazer may try and defend this one. Not quite. So it's Wavner back ahead of Hazer. And back up into P1. Dan's still there, dropping back from Woody and Panther now. And Silky Stevens has a look on the inside, but Danza goes in deep, but avoiding contact well with Woody. And Woody straight back ahead, up into P60. Black Panther up into 15th. And meanwhile, Bevan and Cowley continue to squabble. That's for P8 and P9. It means that Baker Gaming and William is in that battle as well. On P11, your development tier championship leader is under attack from these sort of guys. Boy Knockout and Deck and Poem all in this picture as well. So, and you've got Ivy in 4th place. That will bring a serious threat to Williams' title hopes here. Deck, meanwhile, goes through round the outside and Boy Knockout. He's up into P12. A few places gained, and this may be another one. William goes wide, and that allows for Deck to also go straight through. A 107.5 for Deck. Fastest lap. He's in P11. He's got his teammate Baker Gaming just ahead of him as well. I get the feeling that Baker Gaming will make this fairly easy for his teammate Hazer once again, overtaking Warner. And here comes a move potentially from Willie Fernandez. A Boy Knockout, they're all going at it. The two Red Bulls are going side by side on the exit of turn 3. Baker Gaming and Deck got a Knockout with Willie Fernandez once again. Knockout ahead of William Lowe, up at a P12. William is down to P13. Deck with Baker Gaming. Horrible camera view, but here you go. Deck does get the move done. And Deck is into the top 10 for the first time this evening. And you got the tyre situation on for you as well. Mediums and hards all round. Nobody opting for the soft compound. And the red tyre rule is not in the picture here. So mediums for the top 4. Merc is on the hards. But there is a gap from P4 to P5. Merc is not stuck with your leaders here. Obviously, nobody's stopping you. Your position changes up for you. Hazer ahead of Warner, of course, will go up towards the front now as a result. Danza joining Viking on the penalty count. So Hazer leads from Warner, Rusty Bolt and Ivy. That's a 4-way battle, all on the medium compound. And it's looking good out there. But look at Deck, up 6 spots, up into that top 10. He's trying to take Cowley as well now. As Rusty Bolt under attack from Ivy, but let's go towards Deck. He's going through here, round the outside on Cowley, and he has got the place. And next up will be Bevan. Again, you don't expect Bevan to have much of a chance on this one. He's got a lot of battery, Bevan, compared to Deck, however. And, and Bevan fighting this one hard. And the inside line on Deck, but it looks like Deck may just come out on top on the exit here. And Deck does get the move, does he? No, Bevan all the way round the outside, seals the spot, and he's still there, up into P8. Deck wants it back, he's not going to get it back. Bevan holds off Deck in P8. Brilliant defence there from Bevan. Just a launch and attack effectively. Attack is the best defence. And there you go, Bevan finds his way past. Rusty Bolt, crucially for him, is through on Warner. He's up into second. This is not good for Hazer because Rusty Bolt now is in a strong position. He will have the DRS as well and the ERS on Hazer. There's a move being made here by Ivy on the inside of Warner. Side by side they go, and Warner is just ahead. Deck, meanwhile, down on the inside of Simon. It's another battle here. Simon, Bevan, Cowley, all in there behind Deck. Yellow flags further back. Who's in trouble? It's Woody for the Haas team. But there's a 3-way battle here down the inside. You've got Simon in the middle of it. You've got Bevan. You've got Deck still in there as well. And Deck now has the inside line with Bevan. Side by side they go again. It looks like Deck may have it. But once again, Bevan all the way round the outside. The Red Bull in the distance of Baker Gaming just struggling on the exit as well. But it is Deck up into P7. He got Bevan, Simon, Bakey and Cowley still there in P11. Boy Knockout and Poem and Fernandez down into P14. Compare that to his rival Ivy, who was in the top 4. Ivy P4, William P14. This is not looking good for Williams' title hopes. He needs to be in a better position than this. He just has to. He can't afford that. That's a massive gain that Ivy's going to pull off here. That is absolutely massive. Obviously, a lot can still happen in this race. But if Ivy gets P4, that'll be 187 points. Willie Fernandez in P14 will be a 191. William at the moment, with a P14, would win the title by 4 points over Ivy. 4 points. That's how close it is as things stand between those two. So yes, William right now is in the title position for the development tier, but it is incredibly close. Ivy looking good in P4. If he gains an extra place, P3, that would put Ivy in title contention for the development tier. Again, if he gets a podium, Ivy will be in strong contention for the title. And it's looking good up there. The 4-way battle. Hazer, Bolt, Warren and Ivy. Is it a 1-stop? Is it a 2-stop strategy? What do you want to do? Silky Stevens now joining the penalty count. Don't forget Viking is one of those with a penalty. You've also got Panther and Silky and Danza as well. So William would effectively gain from Black Panther. As a move on the inside there from Warner, who has a look on Rusty Bolt. No move being done. It's a McLaren in trouble. It's Black Panther. Woody receives a penalty, but Black Panther in trouble. It's a penalty for him, 3 seconds, and that means he is down to P17. Did he have a incident potentially with a driver? Possibly so. He does seem to be struggling a little bit more than usual here, Black Panther. Maybe a sign of rustiness, given he hasn't really raced a lot lately. But yeah, it's a struggle for him. Unfortunately, he is down at the order. But we go on, and we're going to head back up the field towards your race leaders, Hazer, Bolt, Warner and Ivy. Viking and Merc still there together. We're going to go away from the position change so you can see Deck is the biggest gainer. Poem this time is getting his way through, this time on Simon down the inside. They were teammates actually in the international tier. but Mr. Poem now up to P9. Next up will be Bevan, who leads this group. Deck in P7. He's in DRS of Viking Fox and Merc. Meanwhile, Rusted Bolt and Hayes are continuing to go at it. Whether or not they're trying to work together almost to keep extending their advantage remains to be seen. What will the strategy be here? Obviously, Hazer knows if he wins, that is the perfect scenario, because then Rusted Bolt needs second, and he will need the fastest lap as well, which seems to be unlikely, because you can always get a late driver pitting for a fresh set of soft tyres. That can always happen here. Although I do get the feel who Hayes' teammate Danza, I'm not sure Danza is going to be the one to get the fastest lap point though. And that would effectively be a fast lap point that could cost Rusted Bolt a championship. So I'm not sure that would happen, but anyone can do it. So we never know. Even if you're outside of the top 10, you get the fast lap. You don't get the point for it, but you do deny someone the fast lap point. Cowley receiving a 3-second time penalty now as well. And there goes Deck on the inside of Viking Fox and up into P6. Oh, they're going side by side as well here. Ivy and Warren, just as Hazer bypassed Rusted Bolt. There's a gap beginning to form, but Rusted Bolt has 0.8 of a second on Ivy. Ivy and Warner need to make sure they don't lose that DRS. Deck is up ahead of Merc. He's up to 5th place. Potentially Merc thinking, and Viking as well. Deck's got good pace around here, clearly, and that is why he is catching up to that top 4. 2.7 seconds a gap between Warner in 4th and Deck in P5. Got to say that one driver who may be pleased about that will be this man here, Winnie Fernandez. He will want, as Ivy now has dropped out of DRS range, the top 2 are on their own. And there is no sign of Ivy contesting. 1.1 the gap. Rusted Bolt has DRS, and that means Ivy and Warner are out of DRS on the top 2. Into the pits goes Simon. It's a very early stop for him. So already getting the pit stop underway is Simon. And there you go, Rusted Bolt back through on Hazer. And he's back up into the lead of this Grand Prix. So Rusted Bolt from Hazen and Warner from Ivy. Deck is up into the top 5, and he is making inroads on both Warner and Ivy. Expect him to be closing in within the next 2 or 3 laps. Merc is there. Viking Fox now losing the DRS. Bevan and Poem are still there. To be fair to Bevan, he is ahead of Mr. Poem, and they are running together pretty well. I think Bevan will be satisfied here. Becky Gaming is in this. Half a second back. Cowley lost touch with Winnie Fernandez as well. William is up into P12. Obviously yet to pit. Compare that to Simon, who was at the back but has already boxed. Just watch here with Bolt and with Hazer in the lead of this race. Rusted Bolt again, as things stand, is the champion. But if we wait just a couple of seconds, as things stand, Hazer is the champion. That's how close it is for the championship here. The double points really working for those two. Whoever wins effectively out of those two, if they do win, they will be the champion. But what if Deck or Merc or even Poem finds their way up the order? Then anything can happen. But yeah, literally, it's all down to these two. Whatever they want to do in this race, it's up to them. Do they do a one-stop? Do they do a two-stop strategy as well? I mean, some would definitely do a two-stop. But again, the one-stop, it is available for the drivers. If they want to do a medium-hard or a hard-medium strategy, it's possible. But with such a fast-flowing track, you might want to consider the two-stop here. Becky Gaming, meanwhile, did overtake Bevan, and he's up into P9. He's lost touch to Mr. Poem. Mr. Poem up there in 8th place now, but he's running on his own. He may be catching up to Viking Fox, however. Go back up the order, and here is Deck. He is on the rear of both Warner and Ivy. Hazer back behind Rusted Bolt once more. Oh, but Bolt's got a bit wide. And Hazer will get the move on him. He's also got DRS, so that gives Hazer a chance to run away a little bit. He's pulled out a gap of 0.4 of a second there, Hazer. Half a second now. Is he going to try and run away from Bolt on this lap here? Warner and Ivy battling here. Deck will get involved in this as well. He is no stranger to get involved in a tricky battle, and he might have a look on the inside here, heading out of turn 6 into turn 7 through a double left-hander. Let's avoid it, but what about a possible move into turn 9? Again, seems unlikely. Not really gaining anything here. Merck is right there as well. He's on hard tyres, don't forget Merck. Compare that to all of the top 5 who are on the mediums. And let's see if Deck has got enough to get a move done. What about into turn 1? I mean, not many want to make a move into turn 1. And Deck certainly seems to be amongst those drivers avoiding that move. And here he comes, down the inside, he's going to try and make a double move switch. Is he going to make it stick here? Deck on the inside, it's three-way, but Deck and Ivy put out the move on Warner. They're both up into the top 4, but Deck gets a double. He's onto the podium, and now his next challenge will be to catch both Hazer and Bolt. Ivy under attack here from Warner. You've got Merck getting involved as well on the slip road, on the outside potentially. Next it will be the inside line for the double left-hander at turn 6 and 7. But again, not quite a chance at Merck once he knows that Deck might be putting away here as well. He will be hoping Ivy will be burning battery just to stick with Deck. Has he got any battery? That's the question. Maybe he doesn't. And Deck has got the second he needs. That's how quick he is. Deck has pulled a 1 second gap on Ivy, and he's up into P3. He's in a good position here, Deck. Next challenge will be to catch Rusted Bolt. So you've got Rusted Bolt and you've got Hazer. Rusted Bolt back through on Hazer. Black Panther with another time penalty. He did pit as well. He's with Simon Dancer also pitting now. Ivy and Warner and Merck as well, still battling hard here. They know they're losing a lot of time to Deck. Merck having to go round the outside. As you've got Ivy on the inside line, but it is Merck going to get through. It looks like he will just about have his car just clear of Ivy. So the Williams drops in behind and falls to 6th spot. So as things stand, Willie Fernandez will be the champion once more for development tier. Ivy losing a few places since, and therefore will just miss out on that championship. But again, it's still up for grabs, especially, let's say, William DNFs in this race. Ivy will have a massive chance at that stage. Simon, meanwhile, here we go on the inside of Black Panther. They are fighting tooth and nail here. Fighting super hard as well. They go through the double left-hander, and in the end, Simon decides better of it, and he backs off the move. Black Panther ahead. He's on the mediums. Simon is on the hards. Hazer back through on Rusted Bolt once more, and up into the lead of this race. 16 laps in, out of 71. Hazer and Rusted Bolt 1 and 2, and they are 1 and 2 in the championship, separated by just 10 points heading into this one, and it is double points as well. First place takes 70 points. Second place takes 60 points. So yes, that 10-point gap means nothing effectively because they will be level on points. And as things stand, Hazer would win the title by virtue of countback. Going into this one, they each had 1 win each. Yes, just 1 win, by the way. So 1 win each heading into this finale. But yet Hazer, this would be his second win as things stand. If Bolt wins, obviously again, that will be his second win. So it's all down to the race winner. If it's Hazer or Bolt, they will get the championship. Unless Rusted Bolt is P2 and gets the fast lap. That is the only way he can win a title if Hazer wins the race. So Bolt will still have a chance. But Hazer would have no chance if Bolt beats him. If Bolt beats Hazer, the title is done. But at the moment, they're both 1 and 2. But they will be aware that they've got a very quick Red Bull catching up towards them. And Deck in 3rd place. 1.6 seconds now, 1.5 back. He's in a good place here, Deck, and he will be up towards these two very soon. Further back, Merck back on ahead of Warren. Up into P4 now goes the McLaren. Has he got a chance to get himself into the battle? Don't forget he's on the hard compound as well, so it would have taken a bit of time for them to get used to this track conditions, obviously being fully dry. But they just want to make sure they get heated up and get into a condition where they can compete with the medium runners. Merc maybe trying to get those hard tyres into the real core temperature here. Once he could do that, once you've got a good few laps on them, as Ivy has a look on the inside of Warner, he does get the move on the inside of Warner as well. Really pushing his luck on that move into turn 9, but he's done the job. He's up the order. Further back then, or further ahead, shall we say, Rusted Bolt there on Hazer, but look who's coming. It is Declan at just over 1 second back. Here comes Rusted Bolt on the inside of Hazer. He's got the move done, but this might be about the time where Deck gets to within a second. He's 1 second behind. He's still not quite there, but he might be there come the end of lap 18. Is Hazer going to move on the inside of Bolt? No, he's not. He backs away from the move, but he does not want Deck to get too involved. If Deck wins this race, Hazer P2, Bolt P3, for example, Bolt would get the championship. Hazer has to try and play this smartly, but he knows Deck's looking very, very quick out there. He'll be sure of that one. Right, we should be back on, and we are back on. Sorry, my headphones just out of battery, so I've just sorted that out. Right, as you can see, Deck is right there now. He will be watching this as Hazer goes down the inside on Rusted Bolt, and he gets the move done up the order, and Hazer back into the lead, but Deck is firmly involved as they are going 3 wide almost. Merc actually decides to back out of it, and therefore gets Wovana as a result. These three are going at it. They are 5 seconds off the leaders. Oh, it's a bit of contact there. Danza is out of the race. It's a safety car. We've got a full course safety car. I think Danza has he retired on track? It's very close. He might not have done, actually. To be in fairness to him, he might not have crashed on track. Did he crash into the pit wall? From what it looked like, where the car was, I think he might have crashed into the pit wall. Was it the inside or the outside? I'm not sure. But all of these drivers will be heading into the pits now. And they're all on hards, as you can see, apart from those who started on the hard tyres. They're going to be boxing for the mediums you'd expect. Will anybody box for a fresh set of softs? At this stage of the race, it would be a risk to do so. I think you'll be wanting the hards or the mediums, no doubt about that. But someone might risk the softs and might try and gain a few places out of it. But Hazer and Bolt cowardly stayed out on the hards. Gonna be honest, I'm not certain on that strategy. I would have definitely pitted if I were in his position. Either way, he has opted to make to stay out. Whether or not he'll box when he gets a chance, I'm not sure. But Cowley is the only driver to not pit in this race so far. 17 still in it, so it's going to be a tricky race here from Cowley if he decides to stay out. Can't imagine he would. I mean, surely he's going to pit. He just has to, right? He has to box in this race. Yeah, there's no way that Cowley is going to stay out. Surely it'll be too much of a risk for him. We'll have a look, see what he's going to do. And he is going to stay out by the looks of things. Oh no, he is pitting. He is pitting. It's a late call, but he is pitting. Interesting one. So Cowley is in. It's a late call, but he is into the pit, so he's getting rid of his hards. Might go for the mediums, but again, he should have boxed the last lap because now he's going to be P17 and last in this race. But at least he gets a fresh set of tyres and he's serving a penalty as well. Okay, maybe he had a 10 seconds. Not sure why he would have done. Did he get a 10-second penalty or 5 seconds? Let's have a look. Must have done in this race, because he was there for a long time. He had 3 seconds. Still nothing being said here about a possible... Oh, there you go. 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Ouch. At least he served it now. At least he has served it now. So he's got a fresh set of tyres on and no 10-second penalty. Good evening, Martellion. Hope you're doing good. So the situation as things stand, Hazer would pip Rusted Bolt to the championship. The gap between them heading into this was 10 points. It's double points for the win. You can race them, Deck. As far as I'm aware, I've not been told anything different. So you can race them. Just be careful, obviously. They are battling for the championship. And they are, like, literally, as things stand, P1 and P2 would be a massive, massive difference between them. So, yeah. Right, the safety car in this lap. It's a fantastic pull away as well here by Hazer. And Rusted Bolt, half a second back from him. And he's going to have to push hard, as is Deck. They're all going to have to push hard. Simon's already lost to 1 second. He's in P9. Mr. Poem could be in a good place. Merck as well. Don't forget he's on the medium tyres. He's got pass on Warner. And Poem round the outside of Viking and up into 7th place here as well. He's also on the mediums. So both Merck and Poem opting for the mediums. They probably just want to make some moves. They want to get involved in that front battle. And Merck also down on the inside of Ivy, rather. Or around the outside, rather. And getting through. Merck is into 4th on the mediums. That's where he wants to be. He wants to be in that front group here. And we're going to go away from that situation. So Merck on the mediums, but he's back in there with Hazer, Bolt and Deck. And it's Ivy, and he got Poem. I think Poem will want to try and make a move here on Ivy. I don't see any reason why he would try and just stay in behind on those mediums as well. Yeah. The race is going pretty good. I mean, Deck started near the back. I think it was like P16. And obviously has found his way up the field of reserves. Can't qualify. That's why he started near the back. And Mr. Poem on this occasion going for the move round the outside, and also Bolt around the outside on Hazer. He has got the move there. Rusted Bolt and Deck trying to get involved in this. We're going to go towards that. Poem is through on Ivy. He's into the top 5. Here comes Deck. And also Hazer is going for the move. But we're going to go on board with Deck. No, we're not. We're going to go on board with Merck. He'll have a great view of this one. And let's see. As down the inside goes Deck on Hazer. Got Bolt in there as well. Deck takes the lead here at Austria for the first time this evening. Impressive job by Declan. He's done a superb job to take the lead. Now, can Hazer, Bolt, Merck and Poem hold on to him? Don't forget, you've still got Ivy, you've still got Warner and Viking, who are all impressed in qualifying, and they've all done pretty well in the race so far. Black Panther struggling still behind Bakey Gaming. Deck with a time penalty, 3 seconds. He is the only one of the top 7 to incur a time penalty. So it was great work to begin with to open up the gap, but now he has lost that advantage. So Deck leads out in front. Hazer second from Bolt, Merck and Poem now overtaking Merck. And up into P4. Merck goes a bit wider, and that gives him a 3-second penalty as well. Ivy losing out to Warner meanwhile. Warner up into P6 ahead of Ivy. We're going to go down towards Viking Fox because he's on the inside of Ivy. Ivy's losing a few places here, and it's maybe another one. Viking Fox will try and push for this place. He's on the outside line, but in the end, he backs out of it. Ivy just ahead, and Ivy squeezing into 7th once again. But he's under a lot of pressure here, Ivy. Don't forget, Tier 3, and he didn't win the championship, Ivy. He wasn't in the real championship battle come the finale. In the end, that was a battle between Bakey Gaming and Cowley and Doug, all fought for that title. And it seems like that decision effectively will be made pretty soon. But for Declan and Hazer, well, actually, it's been made already. The champion is Bakey Gaming. But for this one, can Warren, well, Ivy, can he keep up? That's the question. He's certainly doing so. Oh, what's this? Simon, it's in the wall. It's another safety car. That is a full course safety car as well. Simon's into the wall. A second safety car in this race. And now, let's get the tyres back up once again. There you go. That is the reason for the safety car, Simon. Well, it's a job that he'll need to do now. He will obviously need to replace that wing. But the good news for him is that the safety car is out. So at least he'll be in the pack for this safety car restart. But let's go up the field and do any of these front runners consider a pit stop? I mean, I wouldn't expect so. I think if anyone boxed right now, I would be absolutely shocked. Ooh, Black Panther is going in. So Black Panther is into the pits. He's getting rid of his mediums. Slow down quickly enough. And does just about. So is Black Panther going to go for the hards, or will he go for the set of mediums? Or softs even? Is he replacing a wing? Yes, he is. So he's replacing a wing and he's going back onto his old hard tyres. At that point, I wonder, could he have just gone for a fresh set of softs maybe? I also factor in he will have fresh softs available to him. It's not like he's only got used sets. He's got a few sets of fresh softs due to the fact that he wouldn't have done qualifying. So, yeah, for Black Panther, he'll be a little bit disappointed, I think, in this race so far, not to be in a position up there with the front runners. Let's see what he can do in P15. So Simon is on the soft tyres. For the first time in this race, we've got a driver who has opted for the soft tyres, and that man is this Ferrari of Simon. So, finally, a soft tyre run. It's been a long time coming for that one. Let's see, Deck. It's not going to be the restart yet. We will have another lap for the safety car to head in. So we'll wait and see what happens from that. Deck, Hazer and Rusted Bolt with Merc and Mr. Poem in there as well. That's your top 5. Poem ahead of Merc, not the other way around. But yeah, the situation seems clear. As things stand, Hazer would win a championship because Deck has a time penalty. Obviously, if Deck didn't have a penalty, then Deck would help, and well, that would mean Bolt would win the title. But that penalty means it's all up for grabs for both Hazer and Rusted Bolt still. It's gonna be a tough ask for any of those two. It's been a long season for them. I mean, I'll say long season. It's been 12 races, but when you're pushing hard week in, week out, not just in 100% tier, but in tier 1 as well. Hazer obviously would have been racing in the international tier for those for the half a season as well. So, you know, you're pushing hard, and obviously you're racing for a number of seasons too. So you're trying to keep focused on this final race on the game. Worst thing for Deck at the minute, having safety cars, he wants to rest the race to try and break that 3 seconds. Absolutely, he does. I mean, he's only reserving, so it's not a massive deal. But if he can get a win out of this, he'll be delighted, for sure. Right, safety car restart once again. We'll get the telemetry up for this one. We'll also hide the tyres as well, so you can see more of the screen. We'll get the telemetry back off, but once they have gone, just want to make sure it is a clean getaway out in front. So here we are then with Deck. He is now full, and there you go. We're back underway. A little bit of a tricky getaway, in fact, by Deck. A little bit slidey on the exit of turn 10, but we are back. Ooh, what's that? Is that Black Panther? It is. A Black Panther. It's made an error there. I do wonder if Cowley has been asked to give the plates back with an illegal overtake. He has done. But Black Panther slipped there, and it's lost him the place. He's got it back. That's going to be a tricky battle for Black Panther down the order. Cowley side by side here with Simon. Yeah, that slipped from Black Panther. As caused a little bit of chaos for Cowley and for Simon. Boy Knockout meanwhile. And Baker Gaming going at it. Ivy with a penalty. 3 seconds for him. So he joins most of the drivers on with a 3-second penalty here. Actually, that's a good thing to get up, isn't it? Maybe just get the penalty situation on. There you go. Only 5 drivers are without a penalty in this race. Hazer, Bolt, Poem, Warner, and Baker Gaming. The crucial one, or the crucial 2, are these 2. Hazer and Russell Bolt. And Deck is away. 107.009. He has cleared Hazer and Bolt. Got Poem and Merck in there as well, but they are not in the DRS range. And this could be where Poem and Merck need to make some moves. Bolt certainly seems to be wanting to do so. This is not good for Hazer. Hazer needs to be up there with Deck. As for Russ the Bolt, he might say to Deck, you know what, run away, mate. Run away, because Russ the Bolt, well, he does not want to be losing 10 points in this championship tonight to Hazer. And with this battle, if Deck gets a win, that is the 10 points that Hazer needs effectively, because P1 to P2, the gap will be 10 points. Therefore, P2 to P3, well, the gap is definitely not 10 points. I think it's only about 6 points. And it will be a 6-point gap from P2 down to P3. So if Russell Bolt ends in P3 and Hazer ends in P2, Deck gets a win, for example, then the championship will be heading to Rusted Bolt, because there's only a 6-point deficit for the race result, meaning he will win the title by 4 points. If Hazer gets past that, it's still a 3 points. Hazer on the inside of Rusted Bolt, now ahead, up into second. But this is better for Rusted Bolt. And he might be just saying to Deck, you know what, I actually want you to pull clear in this race. Oh, a move down the inside from Poem. He's going for the move on the inside of Hazer. As he got a shot at this move as well on the exit turn 3. Running up into turn 4 now. Merck may want to try and get involved. Here we go. Rusted Bolt is defending from Mr. Poem. I don't really know why. That was I'm going to be honest, that was a bit of a silly call there from Rusted Bolt. He should have defended from Hazer. He's his main threat. I mean, if you've got somebody who's not in the championship battle, you don't defend them. When you've got someone who is battling you for the championship and so close to you, you're defending against that driver, surely. I think Rusted Bolt's made a crucial error there. He should have defended against Hazer. He could have boxed Hazer in. Poem would have been on the inside. Bolt would have been on the outside. Hazer would have been stuck behind Rusted Bolt. I think Rusted Bolt's made a crucial error there. He should have made it far more difficult for Hazer, and yet he made it easy for his championship rival. But maybe on this occasion, he won't be so comfortable with this one for Hazer. Rusted Bolt may have a look on the inside into turn 3. They both want the DRS. It will be Rusted Bolt in the end getting the DRS. Mr. Poem still in there with Merck as well. Ivy struggling in a DRS range. We're just going to head back to knockout ahead of Fernandez. Now Fernandez, as things are, would still clinch that development tier championship. So he's just about in a position to do so. Side by side there, Silky Stevens on the inside of Boyd Count. And now he still has the inside line for the Williams, but he's a little bit onto the grass and onto the curb. He just about avoids any contact, however, Silky Stevens. He does preserve P10. For a knockout, still up there in 9th. Warner without a penalty in 8th place, but he's got Viking and Ivy just ahead of him. Both of those are struggling to stay in a DRS range here. And as you can see with Viking, he is 1 second away. So this may be a chance for Warner to close the gap. He certainly will want to do that, no doubt about that this evening. But what can they do? Further up the field once more. We might actually just drop back in a moment's time. Russell Bolt is making a move, but just decides to back off in the end on Hazer. He may surely go for the move here into turn 4, but again, he might just decide, you know what, I'm happy to stay in behind. Further back, you've got Bevan and Simon are squabbling. In the end, Bevan back through and up into P15. Baker Gaming losing touch on Black Panther, and they are side by side. Here, a Tier 3 champion, Baker Gaming, alongside Black Panther of Tier 1. Panther just ahead. And Black Panther up into P13 again. Becky Gaming, no time penalties. So Deck still lead out in front. A 3-second gap towards Hazer. Near enough. So Deck would still secure the win almost in this race. It's getting close to that point here. Hazer wants to try and stay within 3 seconds. Bolt's surely got to do whatever he can to stop him staying within 3 seconds. I mean, yeah, there you go. That's the Bolt going for the move. Round the outside on Hazer. Hazer therefore drops in behind. Then you've got Poem, and then you've got Merc, Ivy, and Warrener. Viking and Knockout, they're all over a second back now. 1.1 seconds. So Ivy has broken a DRS to Warrener, and the top 6 are effectively all together up to second spot. And Mr. Poem now with a penalty, meaning we are down to 4 drivers without a time penalty. Not even halfway through the race yet. Rusty Bolt, Hazer, Warrener, and Becky Gaming. Well, 2 of those are champions this season, so there's no surprise on that. Warren a tier 2 champion, Becky Gaming tier 3 champion. They've not got a time penalty. As for Rusty Bolt and Hazer, one of them will be a champion as well this season. Which one is the question for the elite tier? Will it be Bolt? Will it be Hazer? They're both pushing for it as we are approaching the halfway stage in this race. Warrener with a 106.924 sets the fastest lap of the race. Warrener. Wow. Wow. He was the pole sitter, don't forget, as well this evening. So Warrener, his pace, it's not like his pace has come out of nowhere. Let's not pretend that's happened. But he has been mighty quick here. Black Panther, meanwhile, through on Woody and Becky Gaming in there as well. I think Woody is going to get the move done. Becky Gaming trying to go round the outside, not quite there, goes a little bit wide as a result as well. Woody comfortably up into P13. Let's go back up the order. Merc closing in on Mr. Poem. And a couple of penalties flying around. That's for Bevan and for Black Panther as well. Panther up to 9 seconds of penalties. Ivy had a look on the inside of Merc. He's having another look on the inside of Merc. They're going to go side by side into turn 10. Surely not. They'll still go side by side, but Merc in the end just ahead. You might be thinking to Ivy, that was a tricky move to make. They do keep it clean around there, but Merc just about sticks in P5. Rusty Bolt back again on the outside of Hazer. Up into second position he goes. Deck still leading over 4 seconds the gap now on Rusty Bolt. He is putting in a shift here this evening. It will be a victory for Deck unless something crazy happens in this race. Deck will get the win, but who will take the championship? It's still incredibly close between Rusty Bolt and Hazer. Obviously, as things stand, with Bolt in second place and Hazer third, the championship will be heading to Rusty Bolt. And the gap's right now 16 points. Rusty Bolt will beat Hazer to the championship by, again, it's double points for this finale. You get 70 points for the win, 60 points for P2, 54 points for P3. 10 points the gap heading into this finale. So, doing the math, 70 points for the win for Hazer. He'll be level with Rusty Bolt. And then it may depend if one of them get a fast lap. Whoever would get the fast lap point out of those two would win the championship. If neither get it, the championship will head to Hazer. But he needs a win first. That's what he really needs. Rusty Bolt then, once again, losing out to Hazer. I think they've both almost given up on the win here. Viking box through on Boy Knockout. And further the field, Poem. He's getting involved. Poem has a look on the inside of Rusty Bolt. Can Bolt hold it together? Yes, he can. Just about hold it onto the podium. But Poem was close. Merc also in this picture as well. There's no doubt about Deck's pace here this evening, but all of these guys down to P9 are in this DRS train. And by the way, I will mention the next driver is Black Panther in P10. Now, can Black Panther catch up here as Ivy and Fu and Merc and yellow flags for Simon? It's another safety car. It's another safety car. Oh, what's that? Black Panther? Is it? No, it's not. Who was it? It's Becky Gaming, who's effectively got a free pit stop out of this. It's onto the grass as well. I mean, you say it's a free pit stop. It's not really a free pit stop because the safety car's not caught the leader. He is into the pit, and he's going for a fresh set of medium tyres here, Baker Gaming. Simon's in as well, obviously, having effectively caused the yellow flag, whether or not he had a spin or an incident. But Simon will bring out a new set of tyres on and a new wing. And it will be the fresh set of mediums on for himself, and a fresh set of mediums also for Cowley in P16. Let's have a look then. What do the leaders do? Deck decides he's staying on the hards. You can't blame him, but what about all of these? Merck, or Hazer and Bolt. Into the pits goes Mr. Poem. And also Merck follows him, but how many places are they going to lose? That's going to be the next question. Now, do they have a fresh set of hards available? They do, which Poem does. These are does he not? Or did he start on the hards? It's onto a fresh set of mediums as well, Merck goes for softs. Let's have a look. Yeah, they both actually start on the hard, so that makes sense now. Hard, medium, medium. Hard, medium, soft for Merck. He's keeping a fresh set of mediums available. Poem deciding not to. Rain in 5 says deck. Well, if there's rain in 5, thank you for letting me know, because I was not aware of any rain at all, but it does look very overcast. I was sort of thinking, it looks overcast, but nobody's mentioned anything about rain, so I was presuming we weren't going to get any. But we are getting rain, apparently. 5 minutes is the call, which obviously we know is approximate weather, so it could come sooner than 5, it could come later than 5, or it could come dead on in 5. I don't think anybody will risk going for a set of intermediates right now, when the rain is still a few minutes out, but can't be too far off here. Surely this rain is going to make things very intriguing here for these final laps of the race. Or for the second half of it anyway, we're still going to get over 30 laps of racing in. Again, it's all up for grabs for this race win here. So Hazer still leads out in front. Oh, sorry, Deck still leads out in front, but Hazer has the net race lead, approximate 5. Yeah, exactly. So, nobody boxing for the Inters just yet. But that makes me interested that Poem and Merck both box and didn't even go for softs. They've gone medium and soft respectively. I mean, Merck did obviously, but Poem only on for medium. I mean, if it's in 5 minutes, I mean, would it have not been wiser to have gone for softs? Woody has gone into the gravel. Under the safety car. Ouch. I'll guess why some decided to stay out if rain. I'd guess why some decided to stay out if rain potential. Well, yeah, obviously they would have been aware of the rain. So you would imagine as well, maybe. Is it certain that the rain will come down hard enough to go to intermediates, or is it just going to be very light drizzle? Sometimes it doesn't quite get hard enough to go to intermediate conditions. Safety car will be in this lap. So it will be in this lap. That could be the one leading the way. We'll get the so we know Mr. Poem and Merck and Bakey and William as well going for the hard tyres, hards. Do they know about the rain? Interesting. Let's get the telemetry on just for now. Might actually move away from the penalty situation. So we've got the telemetry on, then we'll get away from the telemetry in just a moment. Here we go once again. Deck is away. And we are going for another blast after the third safety car in this race. Deck leads. Hazer, Bolt, Ivy from Warrener. Poem in 10th. Merck in 11th. They're going to try and push for some overtakes here. They've surely got an opportunity to do so as well. They've got to find some moves. They just have to. Got to go for these places. And there's 1 and 2. Poem through up into the top 10. Merck ahead of Bevan and off into P11. There's no holding back now for these two. They've got to go for the places. Warner further up the field, having a look on Ivy. Might go for a little switch back, not quite close enough to do so. He's getting closer. He's certainly getting closer, but I think he will just avoid going for the move down on the inside. And in the end, of course, he does decide against it. So an interesting decision by him. So can Warner get through on Ivy? Poem is still there in P10. And also Silky Stevens, but here comes Poem. He's got the move done. And he's up into P9. Through down he is on Silky Stevens. It's a bit wide as well. And Merc is in there in P11. DRS enabled. So obviously not yet hitting for the rain. And as you can see on the Halo, there is no raindrops as yet. Here comes Merc. He gets a traction down. And he gets exactly what he needs. He's up into the top 10 for Merc. And he takes the place of Silky Stevens. And here comes Black Panther. He gets a move on Viking, does he? The rain's come. It's raining. It is now raining here at Austria. It's crucial laps here for these drivers. Ivy under attack now from Boy Knockout, who's trying to get involved in this. Ivy down the inside of the kick sab of Warner. Warner in P4, just about ahead. The top three Decades of a Bolt still running together. 1, 2 and 3. But side by side come Ivy and Knockout. Who's going to get the place? It's going to be Ivy, just about holding on and holding off Boy Knockout. He's into 5th, but can Knockout get the place back? We're going to go towards Merc, who is on the fresh soft tyres, don't forget. Poem on the fresh mediums. It's a good opportunity for Merc in this race to get some place on these fresh soft tyres. And what's that? Black Panther. He's going through on the outside of Boy Knockout, incredibly close. But it is a place gained for Panther. He's into the top 6 as well. And you've got Merc here on the inside line on Viking Fox side by side into turn 3. Who's going to get the place? It looks like Viking may have gone a bit deeper. He certainly has. He's got a penalty as well. But Merc is up into the top 8. And now Mr. Poem as well on the fresh tyres is up into P9. He's going to get a place side by side with Merc as well. Poem in P8, Merc in P9. They are going to run side by side whilst Boy Knockout, not Boy Knockout, Black Panther runs it with Ivy as well. Ivy on the outside, Black Panther on the inside of the McLaren. But it is Ivy fending off Black Panther this time. He's trying hard to retain places. Boy Knockout with a penalty. The rain has hit us, but it's not quite ready for the intermediate tyres. So you've got Ivy still in DRS range of Warner. Still DRS enabled here. There's no disabling of the DRS just yet. We'll wait for that to happen, and then I'm sure we'll get a lot of action in the pit lane for the intermediates. But again, is it going to rain hard enough for that? It seems to be very light rain for the time being. Further back, there are battles. Let's have a little look towards them, as we have Woody, Bevan and William and Cowley all involved. And up the foot again, Mr. Poem making a move. This time on Boy Knockout, as he got the place confirmed. Poem on the inside, and he does get it done. Knockout losing out, and Merc as well now goes to the outside of Boy Knockout. Side by side into turn 4. Merc trying to go a bit later. He's got a place as he Knockout, but onto the gravel. Into the gravel goes Merc. He loses out to Knockout. He loses out to Viking as well. And he's down into P10 for Merc. He just ran out into the gravel. Very unfortunate. But Merc losing touch there. Simon ahead of Silky Stevens. That's for P12. And Poem now going for the move once more on Black Panther. But Panther defends it well. Is that a car going into the pit? It is, and that is Ivy. Ivy's in. The race leader Decker's in as well. They have decided it is time for the Inters. Merc follows him in. Let's get a tyre situation on for you then. Intermediates are going to be landing here in Austria. Good evening to Johnny. Good evening to One Kidney Jim. And indeed, it might be about the time for the drivers to pit. We've got a fair few in. Deck, Ivy, Merc, Woody and Bevan also into the pit. They will all be going for the Inters. The worry for them, if we get a safety car. Oh, there's a traction loss there from Black Panther. That sees him fall behind Boy Knockout. But if we get a safety car, well, anything can happen here if we get the full core safety car in. No sound alerts. They're working for me. I heard them okay. I'm not sure why they won't be working on the stream. They normally work okay. Cowley through on Silky Stevens, and then William is still there as well. William's not in a great place though in P12, and if he picks for Inters, would he be net P17? That is not ideal for Williams' development tier championship hopes, as he's got Silky Stevens just ahead of him. And he's going to have a look on the inside line. Is this William thinking about pitting, or is he generally getting a place? He's getting a place. So Willie Fernandez up the order. Silky Stevens deciding he wants to pit. Warner gets a 10-second penalty. And a lot of the drivers now are deciding they are going to pit. And there you go. Warner is in. Boy Knockout, Viking and Poem. They're all into the pits here this evening. Interesting choices. There might be a reason for it. I'm just not certain as to why they're not going through. It might be that I've muted one of them, maybe. I have muted one of them, but I don't know which one is the right one. Or I've muted a few, I just don't know which one it is. Because there's a few different ones that could be possible for it, that's why. But I hear it for some reason, so I don't know why you guys wouldn't. Right, Warner back there in P13, but look at the Inters, they're all going in there. So P7 is deck. He's got a 7-second gap on Poem. But Poem also on the Inters of DRS now has been disabled. And your top two, Hazer and Bolt, have stayed out. DRS disabled. And they've both stayed on the dry tyres. Bakey is in. Simon is in. And William also, for whatever reason, is staying out on the dry tyres. I don't understand this strategy from Fernandez. Is it worth the risk? You can't afford to lose your championship over this, Willie Fernandez. I mean, he's got such a healthy gap. He cannot lose his championship here this evening. He can't. Surely not. But he's staying out for dry tyres. Deck is on the Inters. He's right behind Willie Fernandez. We're going to see how easy this is for Deck. Oh, look at the traction he gets on the exit. And it's so easy for him. This is not looking good here for William. And it's not looking good for Hayes or Bolt as well. They are in a mess. They are in a massive mess. Simon, 3-second penalty as well. I mean, a lot of drivers have penalties, only 3 without. But here are Hazer and Rusted Bolt again, still on the dry tyres. They're on 26 lap old hards. And they're both boxing. They are both into the pits as Hazer goes a bit deep there. But they're both pitting. And let's see what decides to happen from this. And they're both in without time penalties. That is crucial for their race here. Obviously, you'll all go for the Inters, but how far down the order will they drop? Panther with a penalty. Bolt and Hazer are heading out now. They will be in the pack, but how far down into the pack will they go? They're going to be dropping like stones. And here we go. They're all going through. They're on the fringes of the top 10. Bolt isn't even in the top 10. Hazer's P10, Bolt P11. This is nowhere near what they would have wanted here. Black Panther going side by side, round the outside on Ivy. Poem is onto the podium. And your title contenders are in absolute tatters. Hazer P10, Bolt P11. Fernandez is in P2, yet to pit for the Inters. What is going on for your title contenders here this evening? I mean, I presume Bolt just thought, I'm just going to follow Hazer. Obviously, that's not been a good call. They would have been far wiser to have pitted for the Inters, and they know that now. They will absolutely know that now. Wow, what a strategy. Is William staying out for another lap? I mean, at this point, he might as well. He is staying out for another lap. I mean, I'm not sure on this strat. Is he going to try and help his teammate Bolt out, maybe? I mean, not sure. Black Panther, though. He's going to go down the inside of Mr. Poem through into turn 1. Who's going to get the greater traction on the exit? It's going to be a wide line from William because he's so far wide. He's lost the places. And there you go. Both Panther and Poem are through. Poem holds out ahead of Black Panther as well. William ahead of Ivy. Ivy will be thinking this is a dream for him to have a comeback chance in this championship. He will now have a chance on Fernandez. Fernandez doesn't want this to happen, but Ivy wants it to happen. He's going down the inside on Fernandez. There's surely no chance for William. He's lost the place. Ivy is a full pit stop ahead of Fernandez. Fernandez falls to P7. He's down to P8. William down, more than a down the inside of him. And he's having a spin. There's a moment for Fernandez. Unbelievable. William is making mistakes left, right and centre. Why is he not pitted? He's absolutely baffling. William is down to P11. He's surely got a pit. He can't stay out for another lap. He's staying out for another lap. No, this must be fraudulent behaviour. This cannot be William driving his car. He's driven in Tier 1, he's driven in Tier 2, he's driven in Tier 3, he's driven in all the tiers actually in this league. Why is he still out there? He's leading the Development Tier Championship. What is he doing? What is he doing? I do not understand this from Willie Fernandez here. This is an absolute shocker. A massive blunder from your Development Tier Championship leader. Mr. Power, meanwhile, is now behind Black Panther. Yeah, that's happened. Through all the mess of William. P2, Black Panther, P3, Mr. Poem. Ivy has dropped to P4, but he's still in a healthy position here. I mean, let's have a look. I'm going to check back on my spreadsheet, see what I've thought out. Let's say you lose out to Hazel and Bolt gets P6 in this race, right? Ivy with P6 will get 179 points. Okay. So William would actually win the championship with that. If Ivy gets P6, William would still win the championship if he finishes this race. If my maths is correct, which it is. So that is the way that William can still win a title, but I don't understand why he's taking this risk. There was no need to take a massive risk like this, and that is exactly what he's done. For whatever reason, he's deciding he wants to stay out on these hard tyres in these conditions. I mean, where does William need to be for Ivy to win the title? Where does Ivy need to be? So if William were to get P17, I've actually got it only down to P6, and I should have done P17 as well. I could do the math though. William would get 185 points for P17. Ivy would need to get P4 or better if William finishes. So P4 is where Ivy wants to be here in this race. To have a chance, a good chance at the title. But William, he could end up dropping down to P17. If we get no more retirements in this race here, and let's say Ivy somehow, some way gets a 4th place. It's not like he's bad on the penalties as well. He's got 3 seconds. He's not bad on the penalty count. Ivy could very well be about to win this championship. Because William is staying out again. What is going on here? Does William even know this situation? I mean, the rain must be ending soon. It has to be. It can't keep raining for William to stay out. And Ivy and Boy Knockout are battling. Ivy is just ahead of Boy Knockout. Boy Knockout, don't forget, has the extra 3 seconds of time penalties. Hazer through on Viking. That's crucial for his championship chances. So Hazer is up the order. Boy Knockout and Merck are side by side. Here comes Merck on the inside of Boy Knockout. He's getting the place done. So Merck is up into the top 5. But Willie Fernandez, I have no idea what he is doing. No idea. It's absolutely crazy stuff. Incredible. What has happened here? DRS is enabled. Oh, it's back to dry racing all of a sudden. And Viking Fox is going into the pits, is he? Yes, he is. Drivers are pitting. Maybe William knew that was going to happen. He knew it was going to lighten up, but the issue is his tyres are not going to be feeling great here. They won't be feeling great, I can promise that. But can he hold on? Can he hold on without having to pit to the end? It's going to be tough for him, but he's got himself a chance now. Let's get the tyre situation back on for you. He's going to be on much older tyres. That's how crucial it's going to be. They are much, much older tyres now. And William, 40 laps. Medium tyres are on for the bottom 4, and Viking, Warren and Woody. Simon is on to old mediums, 9-lap old mediums, should I say. But he's on them either way. Let's keep watching Fernandez, because I want to see if he can get an overtake on an intermediate runner. Look how bone dry it is now. So he seems to have a chance here for Woody Fernandez. He's into P13. It is bone dry near enough, or getting there. But he's still not close enough to overtake Bevan. There's still a gap to him. And into the pits goes your leaders. Deck, Panther and Poem, they're all in. Surely going to be medium tyres now to the end. There are yellow flags. What's happened here? Is it for Bolt? Is it for Bolt? There were yellow flags. Surely not for Rusty Bolt, is it? Or is it? Is it for Rusty Bolt? Those yellow flags, there were yellow flags temporarily. Let's hope it's not for Rusty Bolt for his sake. He's not changed his wing at all. Has anybody changed their wing? Silky Stevens, he seems okay. Warren has got another penalty. Yellow flag. Simon is out. It's a safety car. It's a full course safety car. Simon is out for the race. Finning it at turn 10. Full course safety car. And anyone who was not pitted, William, well, now he's got a big chance because he can now pit for fresh tyres. And all of a sudden, for Willie Fernandez, he has got himself a chance in this race. He has got himself a solid opportunity. Can he make it work? That's going to be the key question for him. He needs to make it work. He really does. Yeah, if he can make it work, then it's a major opportunity for him in this race. He'll try. He'll definitely try his best. And we'll find out what he can do. I would say if people can, I know there's only not too many laps to go, if people can try and test out to see if the sound alerts are working now, please do feel free. I'll hear them, but I don't know if you guys will hear them, so that's why I would like you guys to test them if you can. Hopefully they will. Fingers crossed.
Just leave me alone, I know what to do.
Wicked. They work now. That's good. Right, so Woody Fernandez then. He's in P4. He's not pitted, though. So he decided to stay out, which does surprise me. He's on 16 lap old hard tyres. I mean, he's made some interesting calls. I'm not saying it, obviously, now. I'm not saying he made the worst call to stay out. But I do think he should have pitted then. He obviously still feels under pressure from Ivy. But he doesn't actually need to. Ivy is not in a position, really, to win a title unless William genuinely has an awful race. But if William falls like a stone here, if he does, and he could do, I'm not going to rule that out because he's on far worse tyres than everybody else. Yeah, it's a tricky one for him to win this championship, but I think he should be able to get himself over the line. But as for these two, Hayes a P9, Bolt P11, but they are the highest drivers along with Baker Gaming. Actually, they are the only three to not have a penalty. So, yeah, for Hazer and for Rusty Bolt, they are in a very, very difficult position in this race. And even they might not know who's winning the title right now. Should we have a little look? I mean, they will get more than 9th and 11th out of this because they don't have penalties. Let's say Hazer finished P5. He'll get 255. Rusty Bolt would need to get P8 or lower. Then Hazer would win the title. That's if Hazer gets P5. Hazer P5, Rusty Bolt P7, Bolt would win the title. That's the sort of situation we're looking at the moment. It's only when you get higher up, really, for the win, where P1 and P2 will matter the most. If you don't get P1 and P2, Hazer needs another car in between himself and Bolt. And in some of the lower places, he'll need 2 cars between himself and Rusty Bolt. His original gamble played out. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it works from here. Because again, obviously he's on the older tyres, so it's not going to be as comfortable for him. Again, he's got Ivy right behind him, and I can assure you, Ivy will not want to take too much time, but also William would be happy to create a gap, and I'm sure he would be happy to create a gap. And that might be what he's going to try and do. He might create a gap here, and we are back underway. It is green flag racing, and there is already 1 second from Poem down to William. William has got the gap he wants, but Ivy, well, he's going to have a big chance of overtaking Fernandez here. And this is where Fernandez's lack of grip and lack of traction may come into play. Merck also, here he comes on the inside of Ivy. He'll get the move. William deciding to defend the outside line. Ivy goes deeper, and he keeps a place well for Merck. And here comes Ivy again. William will burn the battery. Ivy will burn the battery. Ivy's got through. Has he got all the way through? They're going for it. And Ivy goes all the way down the inside. And he's got the move done. Merck also follows through. And here comes William. He's dropping down the order. Knockout and Viking as well now down the outside. And there you go. That's what I was saying. William can easily drop down the order. And he is. Hazer on the inside of Fernandez. And Becky Gaming is in there as well. I'm sure William won't want to stop Bolt from getting through. Their teammates, don't forget. This is really, really helping these guys. It really is. No doubt about this one. Can Becky Gaming find his way past William? A fast lap for Black Panther, 106.551. And Black Panther is up there in P2 somehow. Somehow, yes. Never thought he would have been up there given his struggles through the early stages of this race. Let's go up the order then. Have a look towards Merck, who's going for the move around the outside on Ivy, side by side. They are both well out of DRS, and that top 3 are clear. Deck, Panther and Poem. So the battle is on for 4th place here. Hazer gets a move on Viking. Foxy's up into P7. Ivy around the outside of Boy Knockout, side by side they go. And has Ivy got the pace, or does Knockout get it back? It's going to be Boy Knockout, is it? Yes, it will. Knockout into 5th. And Ivy is not in championship winning contention unless this man, William, DNFs. Side by side here, Rusty Bolt with our Baker Gaming. And Bolt is through. He's up into P10. And now William needs to help his teammate. He really does. He needs to help Bolt get out of this mess. And if he can, he needs Rusty Bolt to really clear him and then hold up the guys from P11 down. That is exactly what William needs to do. As you can see, Rusty Bolt does get straight through. And now we've got Warren on the inside of Baker Gaming. They are going to go side by side as well. Woody in the frame. Boy Knockout overtaking Merck. He's up to 4th. There's a move for the lead. We're going to go towards it. Deck through a Panther. So Deck is leading. Poem, then it's Knockout. Ivy. Merck's dropping. Merck is down into P7. Hazer is up into 6th. And as things stand, Hazer would be winning the title. He's going round the outside on Ivy. 2 potential champions are going at it. Hazer on the outside. Has he got the move? Is he on the inside line now? On Ivy. He's got through, has he? They're still side by side. Unbelievable racing. Hazer or Ivy. Who will come out on top? And it will surely be Hazer. No, it's Ivy again. They're still side by side. Unbelievable. Ivy has pulled off the move and defended it well. And he's got Hazer covered for now. But Hazer will have another chance to get back at him. He does not want to take too long on this, because he knows if they take too long, Rusty Bolt could all of a sudden catch back up. Bolt's not in a good place here. He's got 12 laps to go. He's 2 seconds away from this DRS range. And now a move for the lead again. Deck and Poem. Poem on the inside of Black Panther. Panther trying to break later, but Poem is up into 2nd position. Hazer, here we go again. He's actually ghosted this time. He's trying to make his way past on Ivy. They are still going side by side. Surely now Hazer has it. Surely. And he has got it on the inside. Ivy will try a little bit of a switchback. And also, you've got Boy Knockout there just ahead. And this is going to be a battle for 4th place. Silky Stevens through on Baker Gaming. Those two going side by side further back. Let's have a little look towards this battle. And it is going to be a tricky one for Baker Gaming because he's on the older tyres. He won't be coming over the title. Silky Stevens getting involved in some good battles tonight. Although I say that, bad timing because he gets a 3-second time penalty. Becky Gaming is also on the penalty count, so meaning only 2 drivers. Ironically enough, you're 2. Oh no! Bolt's got a penalty! Rossi Bolt, 3-second time penalty! Hazer is the only driver on the grid to not have a penalty in this race. Hazer is in pole position for the championship, for the elite tier title. It's his to lose. Viking gets close towards Merck. Bolt is nowhere. He is nowhere to be seen. He's 3 seconds back, 2.5 back, should I say. But he's also got a penalty now to factor into the equation. This is not going to be the title for Rusted Bolt. He needs some luck, and some great luck is what he needs. Silky Stevens in a little bit of trouble. He's down to P15. But this is a problem that Rusted Bolt was not wanting to experience. He needs something to happen, and he really needs it to happen now. The penalty count is on for you there. And as you can see, Hazer will actually get a podium, because look at Panther and look at Knockout. They've got massive penalties. And that could allow for Bolt to gain a couple more places out of this. It's not done, maybe. It's not yet done. Bolt will still get some place out of this, and who knows, can he catch up to that group of Ivy, Merck and Viking? Bevan with another penalty. Yeah, maybe it's not done. Maybe it's not done. Rusted Bolt can still do something here. Speaking of doing something, Hazer doing something, because he's making a move on Boy Knockout on the inside. Ivy will try and get there as well. Ivy switching to the outside of Boy Knockout. He's going to be forced a little bit onto the grass. And Boy Knockout trying to defend it hard. I'm not sure where his car is, but he's got the move just about and defending it well. So Boy Knockout holds on to 5th. Ivy wants to go for another move. He's under attack here from Merck. Merck's still there in P7, Viking in P8, but Rusted Bolt in P9 is not where he needs to be, but he's not far away at the same time. Ivy, here we go. He's going to have a look on Boy Knockout. Hazer will still get himself a place on the podium, but if he can gain more time, he could still end up in the top 2. Yeah, it's not ruled out either Hazer or Bolt for this championship. They've still got a good chance, both of them, even though Bolt's got that penalty, which was a pretty poor penalty for him to pick up. He could still somehow clinch this championship, because of Black Panther in P3, who was in that lead group, has got 12 seconds of penalties. And what's this? Merck and Viking. Merck has got the move on Viking. Ivy edging closer towards Boy Knockout. He's going to have a look on the inside. The more these guys battle, the more, yes, Hazer will pull clear. But also, the more it brings Rusted Bolt back into it. Viking struggling to stay within a second as well. Look at the gap to Rusted Bolt. 1.5 seconds away. He is catching this group now. Hazer needs to get a move on. He really does. Boy Knockout seems to have a little bit of glitching going on here as well. His car just moving around a little bit. But Hazer with a penalty. Hazer's a 3-second time penalty. They've all got penalties. No driver has not got a penalty. They've all got one. All 16 drivers have got a time penalty. Hazer the last of them, meaning, as things stand, he will not be in the top 2. He will end up on the podium, but only P3. And Rusted Bolt will have to have a look at that. Where does Bolt need to be if Hazer gets 3rd place? Whilst all this battling is going on, I will have a look at that for you guys. So, if Hazer gets P3, he will get 265. Rusted Bolt, P5, would also get 265. Bolt really does need a top 4 finish out of that. P4 will guarantee Bolt the championship. P5, and it will be equal points, meaning Hazer will get a championship on countback unless Bolt gets a fastest lap. Again, that's how mighty close it is for this title. Incredible stuff between these guys. Yeah, fair play to them all. They've done really well to both be involved in this. Merckler with Ivy still. Rusted Bolt 2.2 seconds back. Not where he would want to be. But he's back there within 2 seconds. What can Hazer do? As things stand, again, he will be getting a 3rd place for this. But it's gone wide. He's gone very wide. And it's opened a door for Knockout. And it will open a door for this man as well. Merck, he will switch to the outside. Hazer's gone a little bit late, maybe, to go to the left side. He's also a little bit of a tangle as well between them. Gotta be careful there. Here comes Ivy. Ivy's got the move as well. Mr. Poem, meanwhile, up into P2. Deck's got the clearance, and Deck has surely got the win under his belt. It will be the victory the Red Bull has been craving and deserving as well in this race. He has truly dominated at times. It's looking good out there for Deck, and a title, as things stand, may still be heading to Hazer, but it's still getting touchy out there. Bolt is not miles away, and Hazer there, again, just making it very narrow. He's on the rear of Boring Knockout once more. This title between Hazer and Bolt is going to the line. Knockout with another 3 seconds. It's 12 in total for him. He's in P4, of course, but he's not going to finish in the top 4. He will drop well down the order, potentially down into around P9. Yeah, P9 I think is where he's most likely to finish. And here we go. Hazer making a move on Boy Knockout. Black Panther also back through on Poem. Poem still getting second place as things stand. The move on the inside there by Ivy. Ivy going through it on Boy Knockout. And it's a wide line from Hazer. Hazer's gone so far wide once again. Knockout was through. Here comes Ivy. Ivy's going for it as well. Is he going to get a move? He's going for it. Ivy sends it down the inside. He's got the move. Hazer's down. Oh, it's contact with Merck. Hazer and Merck go into each other. There is contact between the pairing. And all of a sudden, Rusted Bolt is into championship contention here. And as things stands now, I very much believe Bolt might be about to win this title. It's not clear cut, but as things stands, Rusted Bolt would just about win the championship here. But he can't hang on to this. He's still got to push for overtakes. If he beats Hazer in this race, he'll be comfortable. But he can't drop low. He cannot let Hazer get a car in between himself and Bolt. If he does that, then all of a sudden, it makes it very, very difficult out there. But good news for Rusted Bolt, maybe not so good for Hazer. Apart from Panther and Boy Knockout, every car ahead of them has a 3-second penalty, and not more than that. So it's all to play for track position. 3 seconds for everybody in that top 8. Bar Black Panther in second and Boy Knockout in fourth. They both have 12 seconds of penalties, meaning they will both beat them in this race. So Hazer is effectively P5, Bolt is effectively P6 here. And therefore, as things stand, the championship will be heading to Rusted Bolt. But we obviously don't know. There could still be post-race penalties to come. We don't know. We'll have to find out that situation. But for Hazer, he is behind Merck, and then you've got Ivy in there as well. Ivy can still win the development here, but it's not looking good for him because William is in a healthy enough position in P12. Oh, what's that? Boy Knockout moves away. Boy Knockout has made a mistake. Silky with another penalty. Poem through on Panther. Ivy is through on Boy Knockout. And here comes Hazer again. Hazer through, this time on Merck, and up into 6th position. We're approaching the final few laps of this race. Who's going to win the title? Will it be Hazer? Will it be Rusted Bolt for the Elite Tier Championship? It's getting close. It's getting very close. The move on the inside by Rusted Bolt. He's got the move on Merck. Bolt is up into P7. He's made a move on the McLaren. And now it's only one car. Hazer versus Bolt. P6, P7, net P4, P5. And again, a net P4, P5 would still be enough for the championship for Rusted Bolt. So Hazer, as things stand, would get 259. Bolt would get 265. So 6 points between them. Rusted Bolt would be crowned champion. Actually, I think we've got to really stick with this. I know there's a battle for second and third, but this is the key battle in this race. And here we go again. Hazer on the inside of Boy Knockout. Is he going to make it stick? Knockout on the outside. But it looks like Hazer may just have it. Who gets the traction? Who gets to put away out of turn 3 all the way to turn 4? It's going to be Hazer. Yes, he does. Knockout drops behind Bolt as well. Bolt up there. And Bolt is up into P6. Merck on the inside of Boy Knockout. Knockout's gone very wide. He's actually lagged potentially wide there. Merck and Viking both get through as a result. Hazer P5, Bolt P6. Again, net P4, P5. If Hazer gets past Ivy, he gets into P3. Hazer P3 would get 265. Bolt P5 would get 265. And it would all go to the countback. Again, that's how close it is for this title. If Hazer's third, Bolt P5, Hazer would win the championship on the countback. But again, there could still be post-race penalties to come. We don't know the situation yet. It depends on the reports. But Hazer and Bolt, you're both in a good place. You both could be in a far better place. You could be in a worse place as well. And here we go. Hazer on the outside of Ivy. Can he get the move? This is a big move for Hazer as well. He'll want to take Ivy, but he'll also want to stop this man, Bolt, from getting through. Bolt's trying to make his way through. Oh no, he's made it uncomfortable for himself. Hazer in there as well, and Murr getting through, and there's contact between Hazer and Ivy. Bolt wants it back. He's gone onto the grass again. He's really pushing this one hard. Russell Bolt on the outside. Ivy is just ahead. Oh, Ivy, what's that? Ivy's made a mistake. He's spun. He's onto the grass. And Ivy is out of this one, and the championship will be heading for the veteran tier to Willie Fernandez. Ivy's championship is done. That is done and dusted. William will be the champion. And now it's all to play for the elite tier. Hazer 4th, Bolt 5th, Net P3 and P4. Hazer 265. Bolt would be 269. It's 4 points for Rusty Bolt as things stand in his favour. Again, anything can happen with potential post-race penalties. We don't know the situation yet, but Rusty Bolt, according to the current result, would be champion. Merck battling still here with Viking, Fox, and Merck getting through on Bolt. That's not what Bolt needs. But also Merck is going through on Hazer. This is the penultimate lap. We're getting close. We've got 1.5 laps of race to go. What's a bit of contact there? And here comes Rusty Bolt again. But Hazer really defending him hard. I'm not sure if he's in the best place here, Merck, or Hazer rather. Hazer's behind. Boy knockout back through on Viking. Hazer needs a car between himself and Bolt to try and win the championship. But again, possible post-race penalties could come into play. So I'm not going to confirm a champion tonight on the basis of that. But I will say who is the champion on the basis of the results. As things stand though, it will be Rusty Bolt, but we are on to the final lap of the race. Deck leads, he will win. Second will go to Mr. Poem, who will be on the podium. Hazer, Merck and Bolt, those are your drivers. Here comes Bolt. Bolt's going for the move. He's going for it. You've got Merck, you've got Bolt, you've got Hazer. It's a three-way battle. And here we go. Bolt on the outside, Merck is staying in behind. Hazer's on the inside line, and it looks like Bolt's just ahead. But can Hazer get it back, or will Rusty Bolt stay clear? Side by side, potentially for the title on the last lap between them two. There's a great battle for the championship here in the finale for the 100% tier. Hazer on the outside, Bolt on the inside. Bolt doesn't need to fight this too hard. Hazer's got his way through. Bolt is in 5th, but he is going to be the champion as things stand. Is he going to go for the move on the inside of Hazer? He doesn't need to, but he's having a look. And Merck is there as well. The Merck stays in behind. It means Deck has won the race. Poem second. But who is going to win a championship? According to the results, Rusted Bolt is the champion according to the results. 4th place is enough for Rusted Bolt. Hazer P3, it is not enough. And therefore, Hazer either needs Deck or Poem to get a penalty, or he needs Bolt to get a penalty. Hazer P3, Bolt P4, and with those results, Hazer would not win the championship. It will be going to Rusted Bolt. Wow. What a close run, though, for the championship here. And again, for the final race of the 100% tier and for UFRL on this game on F124, that is it. But Rusted Bolt, again, it's not guaranteed, it's not certain, but Rusted Bolt, according to the results, has won the championship. But again, we'll have to wait on the post-race penalties. Possible, anyway. We'll see. We'll see if there will be any penalties. But if there are any, it could play a part in the championship. But here we go. According to the results, the champion, Rusted Bolt. But again, there could be anything going on in terms of possible post-race penalties here. Hazer gets onto the podium. He'll be happy with that. I'm sure he'll be happy with a podium, but he will not be happy with the result He needed one more car in between himself and Bolt, and just sadly for him, nobody got in between. I'm surprised Bolt was fighting it so hard at the end, but maybe he didn't know the situation. Maybe he didn't know the one place behind Hazer would still be enough, according to a P3, P4. Or maybe he wanted that extra place just to be comfortable. But either way, congratulations. The championship is going to Bolt unless there is a penalty. Everyone going hard. It was a good one. Yeah, definitely. It was a great race. It was a great final few laps as well. Obviously, as well for the development tier, Woody Fernandez has secured that championship. So congratulations to Woody Fernandez. He will be crowned your development tier championship. There's almost no doubt about that. Ivy, with his late mistake, means that he could not overhaul William. And sadly, we're not really going to get a race results classification because the game's not really going to let us. But again, according to the results, Rusty Bolt was a champion. But again, we're not going to confirm it because post-race penalties can easily come into play. But there you go for this evening. That has been your 100% tier finale for UFRL on F124. And that will be the last time we'll be doing any coverage for UFRL on F124. The next time you'll see us on F1, on an F1 game, unless we do any sort of open lobbies or anything, which, who knows, we could do at some stage. If we don't do that at all, for league racing, I will say, for competitive league racing, that is it for UFRL on F124. We'll be back in what will be probably about a month's time or so for F125. So it's going to be a fair break, but a healthy break as well to get us all ready for the new game. F125 will be about to come out in a couple of weeks' time. But until then, for myself, UFRL, F1 Viva, and for you guys, and for UFRL, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a brilliant off-season, and I hope you all come back fresh, ready to race for F1 25 and for Season 10 here in UFRL. Thank you for watching. We have been UFRL, and good night.